Wow! Please, do it again!
Hey, I'm Jarek120 of Disturb Reality. I'm going to be teaching you a fancy false cut today. Pretty simple and a few modified ways to do it, just in case you're having a little trouble. This is the Alpha Kappa playing cards that I made myself, and if you'd like one, you can send me a direct message on Instagram at Jarek120. So we've got the Ace of Clubs down below and the Ace of Spades on top, and I'm going to show you what it looks like in slow motion. It's basically a swing cut, a swivel cut, pushing that card up high, starting to square the deck up, peeling these cards out, and then doing a Charlie A cut, flipping that in the middle, and that retains the same order of the cards. There's a few different ways to do this. I did the swing cut, swivel cut, peel the cards out, Charlie A. There is a method where you can do swing cut, and achieve the same thing. Got the two aces there. Or you could do swivel, peel out, like that. Whichever method works best for you. I personally like the versatility, variety, difference, and actual feel of doing swing cut, swivel cut. It just has a little more natural feel to it. But again, whatever works best for you. You might have a little knack doing this because the Charlie A cut is going to be the hardest part of this move. So with this speed, you can lose that break right there to be able to get that perfect cut to reverse the order. But without further demonstration, let's go into the explanation of how you want to achieve this. So you're going to hold it, and it's going to be a swing cut and a swivel cut. So hold it in a biddle grip form, and you're going to peel about a third of the packet up and into your other hand. So just mirror me or mimic me at home. You prop up about a third of the deck, swing it over into that hand, and then when you come over with this second packet, again a third or so, maybe less, the less you break off, the easier it may be, unless you're only breaking off one or two cards. You don't want that. So you can swivel over, which is harder to get a grip of 1/3. So maybe that is why you may like this version. You can actually get a distinct cut of where you want. But I'm doing the swivel cut. So I swivel off a little bit and I try to push it forward as a break to make it easy to peel these cards out. And as I come forward with this packet, I don't want to align it flush with that bottom packet because it's going to be harder to break. So what I've been doing is bringing it down just a little lower. You know, if you need the extreme to have that, although people may see what you're doing or think you're cutting at a specific spot. So the closer you can get to it, but the riskier that makes it to achieve that final Charlie A cut. So we pushed this packet, this second packet, forward, and we're going to come down relatively low with this packet. So it's almost high, low. And as you're pushing them forward, this middle finger is going to be used as a fulcrum to rotate this second packet out of the pack. Now there's a couple different fancy ways you can do this. You can just do it with two fingers. You can do it the nice controlled way where you grip the whole packet to flip it. But if you want to get fancy and flourishy with it, then by all means you can use less fingers. But if you want more control, then you can just take the entire packet out with basically your entire hand if need be. So we still got slipped up two cards. We still got our aces like that. And again, if you're doing the swing cut method, 1/3, second third goes high, this one goes low, peel this out, and there's your break right there of where to cut the cards. That's why I like going low with that top packet, because it's going to leave this break easier for me to do the Charlie A cut. And there's our method. And you can do swivel cut, same thing, just push that second packet forward and have this top packet go low And if you want to grip the entire thing out, and see what I mean? Because it wasn't low enough, I pretty much lost that grip. Now, eyeballing it, I can take an educated guess where those two aces are, but you may end up getting a little slippery with it, especially if you're using a relatively new deck of cards. So that's what we don't want to happen. We don't want to go high and then even these cards up, and then makes that break difficult for us to find it, grip it, and split it apart. It's going to be much easier if we essentially keep those two packets separated entirely. So swing, swivel, that goes high, this stays low. I can peel this out, rotate it around that finger. We have that easy break that we can see and feel with our fingers instinctually and keep the deck in complete reverse order. And again, it works if you want to do the swing cut method too, but the swing cut might make it harder to, or make it more natural to just close the packet easily like that. Like that's what I'm used to with swing cuts. I'm not used to up jogging cards like that. Whereas a swivel, I might have a more natural tendency to keep the cards somewhat separated. So that's why I like doing the swing, swivel, that goes up, this stays low, spin this around, split it apart, like that. So whether you want to do swing, swing, or whether you want to do swivel, swivel, whether you want to do swivel, swing, that could work just as easily as well, but then it's hard to readjust for this Charlie A cut in my first time trying that. Don't know why, just my grip naturally got tighter around the deck, where if it's a swing and a swivel, I can keep these cards somewhat relatively away from each other. So see which variation works best for you. Not everyone is built the same. What works for me won't work for you. What works for you won't work for me. A very easy false cut using several different cuts that we should all know if we don't already. A swing cut, a swivel cut going high, keeping that top pile low, jog it out, and thirdly, a Charlie A cut adds some of the three simple, fundamental cuts, all in one nice little fancy move. Thanks for watching. I'm Jarek120. This is Disturbed Reality, where you can learn powerful magic integrated with social dynamics. Don't just learn how to do magic, learn how to be a magician, go out and perform. Again, if you want one of my decks of playing cards, just send me a message directly on Instagram at Jarek120. You can also follow me on all my other social media, Twitch, Snapchat, Twitter, everything at Jarek120. Come back next week for a new tutorial, and come back tomorrow for a new daily street magic video. In the meantime, you can check out my vlog channel. I put out new weekly vlogs every Thursday. My second channel, Best Life I Ever Had. I'm Jarek120. Subscribe to How to Disturb Reality. Be inspired to learn, aspire to disturb, and always rise above.